This is Beryl from BBK Mentoring that has again forgotten her microphone over. How are you going today? It is a bit of a chilly day here in Melbourne, but it is still beautiful. Sun is up, everything is shining. Today we're going to talk about how you show up in your business, or more importantly, how I show up, how I want to be present in what I'm doing and who I am. So over the last couple of Facebook Lives, I've been talking about the never-ending lists. I gave you, if you look back on last Thursday, if I figure out last Thursday's date, which was about the 21st of August 2020, I gave you an actual class on how I create my list and how it works for me so that I can move forward in my business. But it's all leading to, this whole series is all leading to the business plan and how we should put a business plan together for our business. Well, that's a bit, I said business far too often, but okay, let's talk about it. That is important, but to me, equally as important is how I show up. So when I write my business plan, I want to write exactly how I'm going to show up and how my business plan is going to work over the next 90 days. I divide everything down into weeks, a week, a month, and 3 months, 90 days. And I do this because I don't want to create overwhelm to my poor little brain. And it's very easy to get overwhelmed. But then as I was thinking, and I had actually a meeting this morning with a business client, and he explained to me a few different things of he's a very successful business person, but he didn't know why he kept selling businesses after 3 or 4 years, because he didn't know what his why was. And as we were drilling down, I could see that his why actually was associated with how he was turning up. What he got excited about was not the thousands, the hundreds of thousands, or the millions of dollars he was making as a business person. It was actually the smile that he put on people's faces. He does a lot of volunteer work, and it all came down to these limiting thoughts he had. And he's just going, hey, look at this. That smile that person gave me is worth all the hundreds of thousands of dollars I've got. I don't need to work, but the reason I work is for the smile. And so therefore he's showing up as a better him because he's craving that beautiful, beautiful smile, which I think's gorgeous. So I thought I would get into, sorry, my hair's a bit messy. I thought I'd get into how I show up. So what I want, I have a way that I want to show up to family and friends. And I've written down a few words here so that I can do a bit of cheating, because it helps me. It helps clarity in my brain. And this is one of the things that I'm going to actually talk about within the ways I turn up to this Facebook Live, to talking to this gentleman this morning. Yes, I never mention names because I'm very cautious. One of the things that I want to be very clear and precise about when I turn up is about people's privacy. And what they're telling me is very personal. And I will never tell you all the things that he says to me, but these are the stories that make who I am, because I respect, I need to protect his privacy. So, but when I talk to somebody, we'll call him George. I need to give him a name. By the way, his name is not George, but I'm going to call him George. And as you'll get to know me, for those that don't know me, actually I should explain who I am. Hi, I'm Beryl from BBK Mentoring, And I help business owners overcome the limiting thoughts. I wrote down a few words here so that, because this is where I want to be have clarity. And so I've written them down so I could read them to you, so who I know that I'm speaking clear and precise to you. I help people find what is stopping them from growing and smashing through their income ceiling, and these fears, getting to the fears that are stopping them from achieving great things. That is my passion of me, is to help people achieve the things that they were meant to achieve in life. So when I talk with people like George, George is just, I love the name George. I've always, yes, I know I'm digressing. I've always wanted to own a turtle called George. I decided I'm not against owning a turtle like George, is because turtles live for a long time, like about 90 years. I'm not going to live for another 90 years. So I need people. So I would have to do a backup plan to my backup plan so that George had somebody to look after him in 30 or 40 years' time. So, but that's who I am. But when I talk to people like George that I was talking to this morning, I learn more about George, but I learn more about myself. I evolve. And sometimes I struggle too. I can see my struggles in the stories that they're giving me, but these stories allow me to turn up as me, which is compassionate. I'm passionate about what I do. I want to be honest and open to people. I want to give you what you need. It's not about me, but it's about how I turn up, how I show my face. So here are 5 different ways for you to think about when you're, and I'm going to just read them from over on my computer screen over here, because I have them on a list. So number 1 is to be clear and concise when you're talking to people. This is what I'm trying to do with you. I'm trying to say, hey, I have a passion for your business. It doesn't matter who you are. We all have the same fears and limitations on what we are doing. So yes, please bear with me. If I deliver confusion, you're going to get confusion, and that's how you're going to feel. So I need to be clear and concise on what I'm delivering. So I've written down here, if I lacked clarity or complete understanding of what I was doing and who I was helping, essentially I'm going to confuse you and I won't be helping anybody. So this is how I need to turn up, with clarity and less confusion, so that you can grow as personally and professionally. Number 2 on my list is be vulnerable. Be a real person, not a robot. I've written also down here that this is not about being a real person, it's about being a real person. Sorry, I cannot read my own writing, but it's not just about a product or a service. If you don't show your vulnerability, I have fears, I have limitations, but because I'm a master neurocoach, I know the process, I know the techniques to stop the fear, stop the overwhelm, and these are the techniques I will teach you. But if I'm vulnerable, if I show you the things that hold me back, you go, she's just like me. And that's true. So be vulnerable to the people that you're turning up to, for family, for friends. This is what it's all about. So number 3 on it is be visible. You need to put yourself out there. If you hide behind a tree, and I've put this in a blog post that I'm going to release later in the week, if you hide behind a tree, who's going to see you? And I know doing these Facebook Lives, I look like I've got lots of confidence and I'm clear and I know what I'm going to talk about. But I can tell you, it's not that long ago where I did not want to put my face on Facebook because I was fear of being judged, fear of being persecuted by family, by friends saying, how dare you? You don't have those qualifications. Well, yes, I do. I've been a business person for 31 years. I am a master neurocoach. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. I had to jump off the cliff so that I could be more visible. But yes, that's who I am. So, number 4 on the list is take action. I've written down here, knowledge means nothing if you don't take action. If I don't, by the way, the reason I'm jumping between the two is I actually have information on 2 different pieces of paper, which is not really, normally I have them all on one. You can take 1 million courses, thousands of programs, and watch 1 billion webinars on the latest U-Butte techniques. But if you don't take action on those techniques, on what you have learned, if you do not go back to number 3 and be present and be visible to your audience, what's it matter? You haven't got a business if you don't take action. I take action every Tuesday and Thursday. I deliver my Facebook Lives. Sorry, turning into a bit of a frog. I deliver the Facebook Lives. I deliver what people need to hear from me, and this is how I turn up. And number 5, which comes back to I was talking in Invulnerable, is you look like you've got confidence. Well, guess what? If you show up with confidence, people feed off the confidence, which means they come to you because they want to buy things from you because you are making them feel secure and happy, and you are showing them that you have the answer. So I take action by, I've done the courses. I've spent thousands of dollars on courses. Now I'm taking action because I want to teach you. I want to show you what I have learned so that you can jump through that income ceiling and become a better business person. You can turn up professionally and personally. Yep, my dog's back. So come over here, Ghosty. And yes, we'll introduce the ghost. There he is. He shows up for my Facebook Live and makes everything look. You've got grass on your nose. He's been outside. He's confident. He used to be so insecure when he first showed up. He was nervous of my movements and things like that. He taught me. I've learned from his confidence, of my rescue husky ghost's confidence, how to be more confident myself with walking dogs. So I'm feeding off a dog because he has so much to teach me. See, I go back to my personal story where I learn. I don't just learn from people, I learn from my environment. So it's all about my mindset. So these are just a few things that I will teach you when we work one-on-one together. So if you want to stand out from the crowd, come. I'll help you stand out. I'll help you with the processes and the techniques that you need to grow to be both personally and professionally. They're all interwound together. They're all confused together. So how are you going to show up in your business? Drop in the chat, put #replay. I'm happy that people come and see and listen to me talk. So the 5 ways that I turn up is I be clear and concise. Number 2 is I'm vulnerable. I show that I'm a human. Number 3 is I'm visible. If I hide behind the tree, nobody's going to know who I am. So I'm putting myself out there. I'm showing up on my Facebook Lives. Number 4 is I'm taking action. I'm taking action with the knowledge I know, with the 31 years of business experience, with the neuro coaching training that I have. I'm taking action with all those things that I have in position. And number 5 is, and I hope this is showing through, please tell me, but I'm showing up with confidence. because I know I'm the person for you. I'm not for everybody. And I'm not for the person that wants me to sit in an office and be prim and proper. I'm going to dive into your business with you. I'm going to go down the rabbit hole, because when I do that, I'm showing up as the real me. I'm showing up with compassion and passion for your business, because your business is my business. I'm a business coach. This is what I do. Anyway, if you would like to work with me, if you would like to book a chat, I've put in the chat, book an appointment today. I would love to talk to you. I've got my link in there for you to go and let's talk. Let's have a 20-minute. And yes, let's have a chat, a coffee and a chat together, and let's see how we can work together. This is Beryl from BBK Mentoring saying thank you for joining with me today. Stay home, stay safe, and soon we'll be out the other side growing that business that you want to grow. See you later. Bye.